Every second that I've been here has been important.
The idea of being a professional musician is very daunting for a lot of younger musicians. I know for myself it definitely was.
So my name is Sari, and I'm 23, and I'm a vocalist.
I'm Zahria Sims. I'm 22 years old. Saxophone is my primary instrument.
I was raised in a small town in New Jersey called Harrington Park, and I moved to New Orleans for college. I felt silenced, like kind of growing up, and being in a place where everyone's singing all the time, like New Orleans, really just opened me up.
I'm from Baton Rouge. Moved to New Orleans for school in 2018 and been here since. This is new for me. I've been playing professionally for as my primary income for about a year. And I'm just getting into the groove of calling myself a professional musician. For a long time, I did not consider myself that, even though I was. These 2 weeks at Sanaa are really to focus on continuing to evolve and building my musicianship.
This camp really makes me feel in my body that I can do this, that I can be a musician. I don't really know if I've ever felt that. Being in a band, being in a combo, taking space but also making it, and understanding like my role in a band. Every second I'm learning important stuff. Not to even mention the master classes. Like,
hear one more piece of feedback before we get our next scene.
Explicit content that I need, that I'm learning and trying to use while I'm here. First try. I feel like that was a big lesson for me, learning that you can just start with like a very simple idea and then you have way more room to expand on it.
We get here at 9 a.m. We gather in this room where Darian gives us something to think about. Today, the tidbit was,
has anybody ever watched a Beyonce rehearsal?
What would Beyonce do?
One.
Because
anybody
she's
else?
such a work-driven musician and performer.
People like that, people on a high level, they pay attention to like the smallest details.
And then around 9:30, we go to our combos where we rehearse songs and workshop original music that we bring in.
And then we'll eat lunch. It's really nice to be social with everybody. Then there will be a master class, and every day has been very different.
Instead of competing for like these circular flows, like one big one, we can all have our own little circular thing that kind of connects like rings to everybody else's.
And lately we've been having showcase from 2 to 3, where one of the bands plays and we give feedback. Oscar Rossignoli is my combos director this year, and one thing that Oscar has said that really stuck with me is to listen. I think a lot of times with younger musicians especially, we want to just be heard and play something that we think is going to impress others versus thinking about how what we're doing affects the music.
Think of recorded music from Louis Armstrong all the way up to now. All of those things relate, all of them.
Not only am I around like younger cats from here, which is essential, or just like people from here in general, that's essential, to how do we act in the morning when we're warming up, and like all those in-between moments. Like, they're not kidding when they say like if you're an artist, like you're sort of always presenting and always performing. That's pretty exhausting, but when you can let go of like, when you can just be kind and be yourself, like usually things work out. And I've had a chance to practice that every single day for 10 days.
Whenever we present our songs, we take the band leader role. And so seeing that from some of my friends has been really inspiring, seeing how they conduct a rehearsal, seeing how they teach people.
If you trust people off the bandstand, it's easier to trust them on it. And if you're all equals off the bandstand, you're better at practicing all being equals on it. It all translates. It all translates.
And we inspire and learn from one another. And I think that's beautiful. And that's not something I've experienced at the many camps I've been to before. So Sanaa is very special in that way.